There are 16 ways to be a person, at least according to this one framework. Today, we're breaking down what your 4 letters actually reveal. First, let's kill a myth. MBTI isn't a horoscope, and it's not about being an introvert or a feeler. It's a model of how you process information. 4 dichotomies. Each one is a spectrum, not a box. Where you land shapes how you take in the world and how you decide what to do with it. Let's start with E and I. This isn't shy versus loud, it's about where you recharge. Extroverts gain energy from engagement. Introverts spend energy in it. That's why an introvert can be the life of the party and still need 3 hours alone afterward. It's not personality, it's a battery, and everyone's battery charges differently. Next, sensing versus intuition. This is about what kind of information you trust. Sensors trust what's concrete, what they can see, touch, and verify. Intuitives trust patterns and possibilities, the thing behind the thing. Sensors ask, what is? Intuitives ask, what could this become? Third dichotomy, thinking versus feeling. This one gets misunderstood the most. It's not logical versus emotional. Everyone has emotions, and everyone can reason. It's about what you weigh first when deciding. Thinkers lead with consistency and consequence. Feelers lead with impact on people and values. Last one, judging versus perceiving. J's want closure, a decision made, a plan locked. P's want options open for as long as possible. This is why a J and a P can plan the same trip completely differently. One wants it booked by Tuesday, the other wants to see where the week takes them. Here's where it gets interesting. The 4 letters are really shorthand for something deeper, a stack of mental functions running in a specific order. Every type has a dominant function, the one running the show, and a stack of others supporting it. That order is what actually drives behavior. This is why 2 intuitive types can seem nothing alike. An ENTP and an INFJ are both intuitive dominant, but the rest of their stack points in totally different directions. If you only remember one thing from this video, remember this. The function stack explains you far better than the 4 letters alone ever will. Let's group the 16 into 4 temperaments, starting with the analysts, INTJ, INTP, ENTP. This group is driven by competence and systems. Analysts want to understand how things work and then improve them. They're comfortable being wrong in public if it means getting to right faster. Next, the diplomats, INFJ, INFP, ENFP. This group is driven by meaning and authenticity, not just what works, but what matters. Diplomats read a room's emotional temperature before anyone says a word. Their compass points toward growth, for themselves and for the people around them. Sentinels aren't rule followers for no reason. They've learned that structure is what protects people. Chaos isn't freedom to them, it's risk. Last group, the explorers, ISTP, ISF, ESTP, ESF. This group is built for the present moment. They read situations fast and adapt faster. Explorers trust their senses and their instincts over a 5-year plan. They're not reckless, they're just optimized for right now, not hypothetical later. Explorers trust their senses and their instincts over a 5-year plan. They're not reckless, they're just optimized for right now, not hypothetical later. Explore groups, 16 types, each one a different combination of how you take in the world and how you act on it. Now, why does this feel so accurate when you read your type? Part of it is real signal. Part of it is something psychologists call the Barnum effect. Broad, flattering statements feel personal, even when they'd apply to almost anyone. Good typology work has to separate what's specific to your type from what's true of most people. Myth 1, your type is fixed for life. In reality, your core wiring tends to stay stable, but how well you use each function absolutely develops over time. Myth 2, introverts hate people. No, introverts often love people deeply. They just have a smaller battery for stimulation, not a smaller heart. Myth 3, feeling types are irrational. Feelers aren't skipping a values-based logic that weighs relationships and outcomes for people, not just efficiency. Myth 4, judging types are rigid control freaks. Really, they've just learned that decisions made early free up mental energy for everything else. And myth 5, maybe the most important one, there is no best type. Every single one of the 16 has a version that thrives and a version that struggles. So how does this actually show up in your life? Start with work. Your type shapes what kind of stress drains you and what kind of work energizes you. A J under a vague, open-ended project feels the friction immediately. A P under a rigid, overstructured process feels boxed in the same way. In relationships, type explains a lot of friction that has nothing to do with how much two people care. A T partner processing silently isn't cold, that's just how they think. An F partner needing to talk it out immediately isn't being dramatic, that's how they think out loud. Neither is wrong, they're just running different processes. Under real stress, most types temporarily flip into their weakest function, the one they trust least. This is often called the grip, and it explains out-of-character behavior. A usually laid-back explorer becomes rigid and controlling. A usually decisive analyst becomes paralyzed by feelings they normally push aside. It passes, but it's real. The actual value of knowing your type isn't the label, it's the vocabulary. It gives you language for patterns you were already living, just couldn't name. Once you can name, I default to logic under stress, or I need closure before I can relax, you can start working with that pattern instead of being run by it. Growth in this framework usually means strengthening the functions lower in your stack, the ones you neglect, not becoming a different type entirely. A thinker doesn't need to become a feeler. They need to build enough feeling awareness to notice when logic alone is missing something important. So here's how to actually use all this. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1, where do I get my energy from, people or solitude? 2, when I make a hard call, am I weighing logic first or impact on people first? Neither is right, just notice your default. 3, do I feel better with a plan locked in or with my options wide open? Your honest answers there already sketch out most of your type. Your type was never meant to be a cage that limits you. Think of it as a mirror. It shows you a pattern so you can decide what to do with it. To recap, energy source, information style, decision style, and structure preference. 4 spectrums, 16 combinations, 1 starting point for understanding yourself better. But remember, you are not your 4 letters. You're a full, specific person who happens to have some recognizable defaults. The letters describe a pattern, not a person. Drop your type in the comments, and if this helped you understand yourself or someone you love a little better, subscribe for more videos like this.